I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Play City Skylines. Again, this time, one that is based on Monopoly. My very first Let's Play that I ever did was a Sims 3 Let's Play that was in a custom map that I made based upon the board game Monopoly. And I thought, why not build a full city, sort of with the same theme? So I'm going to be trying to create something that is informed upon a few editions of the board game. I'm going to be using the property names from the US and UK editions, as well as the Mega Monopoly edition, as well as districts from the Monopoly City board game. I've actually learned quite a bit about Monopoly and its various editions while researching this, as well as the cities that the property names are actually based upon. So the original US version is based upon street names and places in Atlantic City in New Jersey. So it also gave me an opportunity to look at the map of New Jersey and kind of get a little bit of inspiration for some of the things that I want to put in. So why don't we go ahead and get started here. And the first thing I'm going to do, because I want to build in this area here and make this sort of my downtown central civic center area, the centerpiece of the city, first thing I want to do is find my boundaries, and I'm going to start with the boardwalk along the river here. Obviously the boardwalk would be along the ocean, but this map does not have much ocean. We don't have a whole lot of contact. In fact, this river doesn't even go there. It has a waterfall into it. So we don't really have ocean access up the river anyhow, but this will be the boardwalk for this map anyway. Right, so let's add a key wall along here, and that will be the first thing I do to sort of enclose this off. Yeah, I guess I can go there. I don't know how far away I want to be on this. And that looks good there. It's kind of a nasty little bend right there that we will eventually have to compensate for. In fact, I don't like the way that's running at all. Actually, instead of getting rid of that, maybe I can just move it. Can I just move it? Well, yes, but no, because it only moves that part. Maybe I'd just be better off. Well, that's okay, actually. It gives it a little bit of wiggle. Makes it actually look a little bit more natural. In fact, why don't we just take this here? Alright, good. Already wasting a lot of time just fiddling with that. Okay, so we can actually create a real boardwalk now, thanks to all the DLC. So I've got all the DLC up until the Sunset Harbor, I think, is the latest one. None of the music stuff, of course, but that's given quite a bit more flexibility for what I want to do here. So the boardwalk is in pedestrian roads, and it's unfortunate it's here and not, say, in the pathways, because these are specifically pedestrian and bicycle pathways. By putting it in roads here, even though it says it's pedestrian roads, and it has a sign implying that it is pedestrian only, this is actually kind of like a road. And in a way, that's sort of good, but it's also bad. It's good because you can actually use this, as opposed to a path, to align buildings to. They will actually snap to this. Buildings, of course, require a road. In order to develop, they require a road connection. So this kind of fulfills that need. And that's nice because it will allow me to do sort of like inner block pathways with buildings that don't have to be necessarily connected to the major roadways. But the problem from this comes in the fact that cars can drive on a pedestrian pathway. They would not prefer to. This has a 15 speed limit, so just because of the way the game works, they will go down roads that have a higher speed limit. But if they have to, they will go down this one. So hopefully we won't see that too much. And there's the boardwalk. And one way to try and alleviate that, I'm going to put another road, an actual vehicle road, beside it here. I guess that will go under the bridge there. Do not know. This might be a little too close. I'd probably want the boardwalk. I don't think I want the boardwalk to go over here. This is going to be my industrial area, I think. And my thinking here is I'm looking at these farm patches. Let's zoom out here. So I guess I should mention I am playing with a few mods, mostly quality of life mods. The other things are just like parking lots and things that don't exist in the game. So yeah, so we got a little bit of industrial out there. I didn't buy the ones I was actually going to go look at. There's actually not a lot of industrial period on this map. There's some of our ore processing. I kind of wanted to use that hill. There's a pretty gnarly hill, actually. What am I looking at here? Get rid of you. There we go. Pretty gnarly hill right here that I was thinking maybe I could put like blimps or an observatory. I have several over here as well. The hills are really more like almost mesas. They're just little plateaus, like flat on top, which is weird to look at, but it's actually kind of nice for building because of the way the game renders properties when you're on a slope. So having that flat will be nice, but so I don't know what I'm going to do with this up here necessarily, but I think I want to have some farming industry out here, and then just sort of your regular dirty industry here. Yeah, anyway, continuing on here, I'm going to put another road down. Get as close as possible, and we'll just kind of go along here. Now I want this one to be straighter than usual, straight as I can get it, really. And I don't know. Well, I mean, that's not super parallel. Yeah, that's alright, though. So we will continue that one on. That one does bend a little bit there. I guess I can maybe just come in here. I don't want to fiddle with this too much, because I realize that's not a whole lot of interesting anything to watch. Okay, so the real road that will begin the grid will come after that, and I want it to be a little bit separate. So in New Jersey, the boardwalk is actually right up against a whole bunch of tall buildings, specifically like casinos and hotels. So I kind of want to mirror that here, where I'm going to have some heavy industrial, and then I'm going to, or not heavy industrial, heavy commercial, and then I'm going to use districts to turn that into tourists. So hopefully it'll go more towards hotels. We also have some buildings here, some monuments. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Oh, I think it's that one. Nope. Okay. Well, there is a tower in here that is like a casino tower. Some of these monuments will fit the bill here, and we can put some high-rises down along the waterfront. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. So like a luxury hotel can go down here. Yeah. And actually, another thing I think I want to do, I'm going to pull this railroad up and along here as well. So I'm not going to totally base my city off the realism of the London and New Jersey layouts for where the streets are, but it will help inform a little bit of some of the things, as well as some design ideas that I tend to take from my hometown. In fact, one of the things that I was considering was make this road just a little bit more interesting. One of the things I was considering also to go along with this series is a companion series where I discuss my own hometown layout as well as comparing it to the town that I currently live in, and maybe just talk about like actual real-life city planning and design and why certain things work and others don't. I realize that there are actual city builders or city planners who do have series going on YouTube about how they play. Let's get this train down here. And some of the decisions that they make, and they are obviously a lot more informed than I would ever be. But having actually, driven in some towns and realizing what works and doesn't, I feel like I still have some first-hand experience in cities, just based on that. So, I don't know. So I was thinking just to have a little bit of space here so that I could put commercial, just like two by two squares here of commercial, and so we have like little boardwalk shops along here. Unfortunately, when you put railroad down, it tends to give a little bit of a slope here, and so I can't, I'd like to have it closer, but I don't think it's going to work that well to do so. So I'm actually going to just leave that here. Now you are just down so that I could unlock tracks. So let's actually try and base this now off of a parallel, because I'm going to need this here. Can I get you to give me the thing? Oh, there we go. I have to turn that on. Okay. So now, well, I mean, let's actually just put down an avenue, since that's what I want to put here anyhow. And we'll just kind of put that there, and that'll give me a little bit of a visual of how I actually want this to maybe go straight. Okay. So now that's not actually... Now let me think about this. No, I actually want that to be further even. So what I'm actually going to do, that big hotel and all that, that takes up like an 8 by 8 square. I'm going to actually leave a gap along the railroad there and then put what will be Atlantic Avenue going right here, and that'll start the grid. So anyway, I just need to make sure we're on the right track here as far as making it straight. And I guess I could just put a road here, and now that kind of informs me where that needs to go. Can you not do that? There's got to be a shortcut or something, crying out loud. Again, I need to make sure I'm leaving a little bit of a gap there for the 2x, so I can actually build. And I don't think that's going to work. Well, I may end up having to do something else here at some point. But anyway, that'll work for now. So we need to get rid of this. What I want to do is give myself a little bit of... Gee, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could do it maybe here. I need a road, obviously, to break off of here. The actual... Again, going back to the actual layout of the boardwalk in New Jersey. Well, I don't think that's going to work, is it? Surprisingly, the roads go parallel, or perpendicular, I guess. They go perpendicular to the shoreline. Wow, okay. The game is going to give me a bit of grief, and I feel like there's going to be an awful lot of maneuvering and moving. Why won't that cross? Okay. I guess the game doesn't like short distances. This is actually really annoying. Alright, well, that'll work for now. Need to actually get some of the city built up and running here. Okay, so bring this out a little bit more, and then go back to not you at all, this one. To here? That gives me 8, yes, okay. That is not straight. Boy, okay. So let's take this again. that would be right there. There, I think that's gonna be parallel. Okay. Jeez. I think we got this. And you know, that far away, I think that'll be sufficient. Just go ahead and come all the way down here. It is not perfectly parallel. Like, at all. Maybe I actually want to use the parallel off of this line instead. I think that'll be a little bit easier to mark. Whatever. We'll just keep going. If I keep worrying about the angles, this city is never going to get built. Okay. So, a few other things. I have, in my spare time, actually watched a few channels on real-world city planning and gotten a few ideas. One of which is an idea that it's kind of like a... Well, it's like mini districts, I guess. It is a set of blocks that are sort of all-encompassing. Obviously, they've got residential, but they've also got shops and at least one service in them. So that's kind of what I want to do here. I don't know how successful I'm going to be with it, but anyway, let's give it a try. So I need this to come out, and I need it to come out to be... What, one more? One more. One more. So let's actually try that one again. Well, hold on. Because now... Well, okay. We'll do a few different things here. I need this to come out to right here. And you'll notice I'm leaving a gap, and that gap is going to become useful for me because I want to use that as sort of an alleyway. Visually is what it's going to be. Obviously, it will not work that way in practice. But what I will also use it for is pathing, which will help with the pedestrian traffic. So it will also help kind of cut up some blocks, and that will eventually, hopefully, work out into something that will be very, very useful for me, both in practical traffic management as well as just visually breaking things up here. So those are my parallel roads here. And from here, I want to do, I think I need to go 4. And then come down this way. Okay, so let's actually find out where this is going to go now. So I want sort of my civic center, and then I'm going to put the park below it. I don't know, though, if I want to have the civic center on this road. I'm going to try and apply some principles that I've learned about, things like arterial and feeder roads and all that. Mostly, though, I'm going to be, in practice, just focusing on things that actually work. And in fact, now that I think about it, one of these roads I was planning on having be a bridge. Well, we'll worry about the boardwalk later. I just was using that to sort of get myself squared up here. Okay, so the first thing to concern myself with is, do I want that on this road or not? Yeah, why not? So let's extend this. I will just get it as far as I can there. And then we'll hook up here. We'll hook up here. Which, now what I need to do, actually, is make a little bit more. So now we need to work the other side of this. Which which is coming down 3. And then this one needs to come down 4. And I guess we'll know in a minute if this actually works. Let's go to monuments. Central Park. That does in fact look like it's going to fit there. Excellent. But before I put that in, what I want to do is utilize some of our ability to path in here. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little turnout, and that turnout is what is going to let me keep traffic from stopping where everyone wants to just kind of hang out and go to the park. And unfortunately, the game thinks it's going to keep snapping this to... Okay, well, in that case, what we're going to do instead is we're going to put down a little bit of road. Oh my god, game. And we're just going to use this tool to get it where I actually want it to be. And actually, why don't we're going to have to pull that apart there, and then I got to connect it, otherwise this is never going to work. And as far as spacing goes, that is surprisingly pretty good. Obviously I'll have to change. I'm not sure that's the way I want to come in. I think this is going to be a one-way. Not sure. I'm not sure what I've fully decided on there, but for now, let's get this packed in here, and I should still be able to get this park in here. That is not where the park is. Okay, and then if we square up, why is this not... It should be squaring up to be like 3 on each side, but it is not allowing me to square it. Oh my god, this is really annoying. Well, let's see if I can't move it. I can, but now I'm nervous about it. Oh, what? Now you... What the hell? I still can't tell if that actually did it. But it's good enough for now, I guess. Okay, so while we've got that, let's go ahead and figure out now where this thing is going to be. And I will actually come in and change some of the roads. Like I said, do the one-way road and other types of roads. Let's just build some blocks for right now, so that I can actually have something to work with. So I guess I can have some weird long one here. It gives me a very strange... I don't know. Nah, I don't know if I want to cut off a weird looking thing like that or not. Curses. This is not enough. I don't think it is. Let me get in here and do... Well, not you. You'll fit, but that's not the one... Shoot, now I gotta remember where this is, yeah. Yeah, this takes an 8. So, after all that, this has got to come down. That's okay, though. It can come down. We can afford to have it come down, because this is going to be using these pathways in here, these pedestrian pathways, as an inner pathway where I'm going to put all the government buildings. I'm going to have them kind of focusing into a central plaza. So, for example, I can put that in there, and it will be off the road, but it will be sort of still in a central area here. So we'll end up doing that. I'll probably just move this down then, and then I guess maybe just have some long blocks here or something, because I can't really see what I would use something like this for. Maybe I could. I don't know. Anyway, that's not important. We need to do some other things here. I think I'm also going to have a central pathway come out here. I may as well have it go all the way. And then, let's see. Yeah, okay. So that'll be kind of the grid around here. I'm going to have another one of these go this way, and it'll hook up, and then you'll have these 4 lanes kind of on the outside, a couple crisscrossing one-ways. I guess the one-ways will be my bridges. So I'm going to have to figure that one out too, because I don't think I can get a bridge. Let's actually pull this back for a moment. Let's see just how far I can get this bridge to go. So if I up it, how far back could I pull it? Would it let me still go straight over? Oh, good. It looks like it would. Okay, well that works perfectly then. We'll just go with that. So that's how that's going to work. So we'll have maybe this road then, or maybe this road. Actually, I think this road. So I'll have a road coming here that goes down along there, comes out. We'll have the one-way bridges go across, and I don't know, maybe here. Yeah, why don't we have both? Obviously, that is not going to be the end of where that is then. We'll probably just have it connect off that way. So anyway, yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it would be better to have 2-lane bridges. In fact, I think it would. I think it'd be very short-sighted, although if these are one-way, it will be a 2-lane. So that's fine. Yeah, so that's the initial plan there. I'm going to remove this, and what I'm actually going to do is put down a couple roundabouts. I feel like that is going to be a lot more useful than this. Now this one I would also like to do double roundabouts to send one out here, but this one is actually connected to a highway, so I haven't yet figured out what I'm going to do here. But I feel like it is too easy to just accept what the game does and give you these off-ramps, but they give you off-ramps straight into a highway, and then you end up with a highway becoming part of your city, and that just doesn't, at least for where I'm from, that just doesn't happen. It goes from highway into roadway, so we'll have to fix that. But anyway, after all that fiddling around here, we've got this going, and I guess before we leave here, I can at least give that the proper name. So I've got the whole list written out here of other street names and avenues, and the way I'm going to use the conventions, most of the place names in the US Monopoly are avenues, and the avenues I'm going to have going left to right this way. I'm not actually sure. I can't see the sun, so I don't know which way is actually east and west. But I'm going to have it go this way, and streets and roads, which are primarily from the UK edition, will be going this way. And when we get to certain other places, we'll just kind of wing it as we go. And then, so my thinking also is that there really aren't enough names for me to be able to use for roads. So I'm going to be limiting Monopoly place names to primary road systems, and then all these little residential everything. I'll probably just end up with something, maybe just like numbers. I don't know. But I'm going to have different conventions for different places, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I think it's time to end this one here. I will see you next time.